Hey guys, welcome back to the family homestead. Today it is Ellie and Easton and Mommy.
It's been a while, so I figured we are definitely due for a garden tour. Now, I kind of have neglected it. It has rained and we've had some really good storms come through. So some of the sunflowers have, they're meeting their demise. But this one here is just massive. It is still really massive and producing really well. Some of the things in the garden are dying. I've lost a few tomato plants. Came out here the other night and I just brought a bowl and I ended up, Easton had one of those metal Tonka trucks and I ended up filling up the whole bed of that truck along with my bowl. And I was pushing the truck with my foot, carrying the big giant bowl, trying to keep all the tomatoes on the top of the bowl as I'm pushing that back to the house. So we got a good decent amount of tomatoes the other night. But I figure let's check out the garden. I'll start up here in this melon patch. As you can see, we do have a couple melons growing. I see a little bitty guy right there, but you can see that the tomato plants are sick. Have some sort of illness going on, but I'm hoping that we will at least be able to have those melons there and let them be ripe, so we'll get something. This is that Luffa Gourd. It's just taken over. I ended up pulling up that zucchini and then the cucumber that was here. They both died of a vine borer. But this, this is a Luffa Gourd. It's just climbing and they have the neatest little pods and their little blossoms. This tomato plant is gone. It died. These are those candy stripe zinnias and they're just really, really pretty. They're just beautiful. This sunflower plant's doing really well. This tomato plant stands about as tall as I am. These ones would be as tall as I am, but they don't have tall enough support. So note for next year. The chocolate mint came back. It has survived. Here's this sunflower plant. All the way, if you see the orange string, Dylan and I tried to tie it up between the two arches. I'm getting ready to be picking some of these potted beans. This is that pineapple mint. If you guys could smell it, this smells amazing. And then I've got all this holy basil. There's some right here, and then there's some right here as well, and they both smell really good. I did notice this is our first cucumber for the year, and that'll probably be the only cucumber. I keep hoping. These are those cucamelons, and I only have the one, but I just keep hoping that it'll grow. Because this cucumber plant is looking kind of sickly, but I don't know, around here that's kind of what the cucumber plants, whoops, sorry, this beauty coverage up, but they get sickly about this time of year. Some more tomatoes. This trellis here is producing really well of green beans. I picked some last night. I was going to let these get a little bit bigger, but they are all producing really well. I went ahead and I pulled all the onions this evening. And then these are the red kidney beans. So I'm gonna wait till they turn yellow and harvest them. And then all of these, this is where the potatoes had been. And these had all been in that cover crop, but they are that white icicle radishes. So I just let them go. I tried sowing more green beans, but they never sprouted. Oh no, that was my struggle this year, is I just couldn't get anything to germinate. I don't know why I didn't have that issue last year. So I'm gonna let all of these grow and then hopefully pull them and we will have some radishes. And this trellis is awesome. This trellis is great. It's just a cattle panel. It is great for tomatoes. You can see it's been overtaken. I don't really care for those. I probably won't grow them again, but they are prolific. As you can see, I don't care for them because there's so many of them. But they are the yellow pear tomato. But it's done really well, and it is definitely taller than I am. We have this guy here. This is probably the biggest tomato that we've grown so far. I've got purple basil over on the other side. This is more holy basil. It smells so good. These are those San Marano tomatoes. Oh, that just popped right off. But they are really pretty decent tomato. They grow pretty well here. I grew them last year. So there's the purple basil. There's a tomato plant here, and then more purple basil, which I need to pick those and harvest some of them. But I feel like even these have a good smell to them. See, here's this tomato. You can tell that storm came in and tore it up. Now we have picked a whole bunch of corn, and I went ahead and I just put them in baggies and froze them. So the corn stalks are starting to turn. I always let them turn brown, and then we pick them and use them for fall decorations, because, you know, fall's around the corner, and I might be one of those crazy ladies that already has the fall decorations up. Here's our elderberry plant. It's doing really well. Dylan's peppers. I'm up to my ears in these guys. These are the Hungarian Wax Peppers. I've taken in bucket after bucket after bucket of those. Those are new. I have not seen those guys. But then he's got these hot peppers, those hot peppers, these, like, they are everywhere. Now, these peppers, like I said, I'm just having them up to my ears, and I thought I'd do Dylan a favor the other day, and I picked them, and I stuck them in the dehydrator, and I washed my hands 2 or 3 times, and I touched my eye. And my eye was on fire, and I told Dylan, I'm not doing it again. Like, I figured washing my hands multiple times would be okay, but no, nope. But they're everywhere. This is that okra plant. I think okra blossoms are just absolutely beautiful. I might pick that guy later. We'll see. But okra blossoms are just absolutely beautiful. This is that borage plant. This is Dylan's cayenne plant, and it's just, I don't know, it's always looked really sad. My yellow squash, I've gotten a bunch of yellow squash off of it. But it has had a vine borer in it as well, and it's still holding on, and I'm just picking them as they go, and I've just kind of ran it up the trellis, but I don't think it'll be long before it's a goner. These are those rattlesnake beans that 2 Family sent us, but I don't feel like they are rattlesnake beans. I feel like they're purple potted beans. I just thought rattlesnake beans were like purple and green, not solid purple, but they make the most beautiful pods. And I mean, the beans are pretty awesome and pretty tasty. And then we've got more tomato plants over here. And then this sunflower is what's like really gone. But I got some really great big tomatoes off this plant the other day. So that's our garden at the moment. Thanks for joining us today. As always, take care and God bless.